Good afternoon.
Hello. James, the process of finding who's going to wear that green dot on defense, are there some particular names that are really in that review, and when would you like to make a determination?
Yeah, the three most experienced inside guys, obviously Rojas, DeLuca, and Amari are the three most experienced guys, so we'll see how that goes, but we're working towards it.
Campbell seemed like he could take on that task despite having a kind of a short run up to the season.
Not really. I mean, when I say not really, it's not really a short run up for him, because in my mind, he did it at North Carolina. We got a new defense. They're all learning a new defense, so it's about the same for everybody, right?
When you look at your freshman group that came in here, obviously some were here for the spring, some were here for the summer, but as you sit about halfway or so at this point in camp, any of those guys inching toward possibly being guys you could see using this year?
Yeah, I think the guys that probably jump out the most right now are Kamaju, Darius Dixon is the other one, and then the third one is Chaz. Those are probably the three guys right now that we're talking about the most, but we'll see. It hasn't been decided yet for those guys, and then some other guys. But those guys, I think there's been a lot of discussions about and a lot of positive buzz about them. So we'll see.
James, who's the jump ball king, and how do you go about earning that title?
Jump ball king?
Yeah, you were talking about it on the field today. I think it may have been Lyric, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I was talking to Allen Robinson.
Oh, okay. So what was it like having Allen Robinson here? Was he?
Yeah. Allen, obviously tremendous career here and then in the NFL, and guy that just was unbelievable in terms of high pointing the ball, specifically in traffic. But yeah, whenever we can have those guys back, it's great. Obviously, they're very close with Dion, and they're very close with Drop. I think yesterday they were out seeing Bill Belton, so almost a complete Super Six, if I remember it correctly. So really cool. They were at, I think, Bill Belton's practice yesterday, and then came over here today, and it's great having those guys back. Obviously, both played a long time in the NFL and had great careers here. Obviously, my time crossed over with Donovan, but just missed Allen. I wish I would have got a year with Allen. But great having those guys back, and it's probably cool for them to see some of their teammates, even Nelly in sports science, a lot of guys they played with that are back involved with the program. So it's one of the things that makes Penn State so special.
James, you've gotten to see Trevor Pena in action on the field now for 2 weeks. What stands out about what he's brought, and taking what you saw on tape, now seeing it in real life?
Yeah, so he's more explosive. Done a really good job embracing our strength program. He's gotten stronger. He's gotten more explosive. All his numbers are up. His speed numbers are up. His quickness numbers are up. His jumping numbers are up. And then on the field, he's just super mature, really consistent, very good route runner, sudden and quick. So a lot of the things that you saw on tape from a production standpoint, we've seen it, but I think he's gotten faster and more explosive. So he's been really good. He don't say a whole lot. Very mature. Has fit in really well culturally, and we're very pleased with him.
How much of a difference can a fourth-year quarterback like Drew Aller make for this team, and how have you liked the way he's approached this offseason?
Yeah, experience counts, right? And specifically at the quarterback position. He's played a lot of football here. He's seen a lot. He knows how to prepare. Being in the same system now for multiple years, there's value in that for him. So yeah, just all the things that you talk about when you talk about high-level quarterbacks and the ones that have done it now for multiple years. He's a proven commodity. There's not many of them in college football, and he's done some really, really good things, and there's areas that he needed to improve on, and he's worked hard in those areas this offseason. I think he's going to do what he's done every year since he stepped on campus. He's gotten better every single year. Last year, most people had him projected as a first-round draft choice. He decides to come back to school. I think he's going to take another significant step this year, just like he has every year.
James, Kyron's a guy that's played a lot of football.
I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. The guy that's played a lot of football, not a ton of football at Penn State. What are you seeing from him during this fall camp that was maybe different than you saw when he first got into the spring?
Yeah, very similar, like to Pena. I think kind of a important point there is they were both captains at their last schools, right? So very mature, very consistent, totally different body type, big, strong, physical, contested catch guy. You saw that on film. We've seen that all camp. He's more sudden than I thought he was going to be as a route runner, and just a savvy vet that, you know, we're very, very glad we have him. He's wearing the number 1. He's earned that. And you know, I think they're really good complementary pieces if you think about it, kind of Pena's body type and his skill set, and then Hudson's body type and his skill set. You know, really nice complementary pieces, but more than anything, 2 veteran, experienced guys with production, you know, that we expect to have big years for us.
James, you mentioned Chaz Coleman putting together a nice camp. How significant was that recruiting win for you guys to finish off the last cycle out of Ohio? And then he's a guy who came here in the summer and he didn't have full-time focus on defensive end at the previous level. How has it come together for him quickly, and are you surprised at all?
Yeah, I think we're all surprised. I mean, we knew he was a talent, right? Tall, long, athletic, high-level basketball player, quarterback. His senior year, he moves to defensive end, blows up, gets some offers. We offer, he commits. Everybody else still comes after him. Got a great family, and they held true. And, you know, we still didn't know what we were going to get because you only play 1 year of defensive ends. It's a long way from the quarterback position. But his physicality and his explosiveness and his motor has been impressive. Everybody's talking about him. You know, it's early, you know, but he's flashed, and there's a lot of excitement about his ability. He's got up to 250 pounds in a very, very short period of time. He's gained like 25 pounds since being on campus, and he's still skinny, which is the exciting thing. But he's flashed, and he is an awesome kid. Awesome kid. You know, we take a lot of pride in the locker room and how we leave the facility, and he's in there the other night. Everybody's out of the locker room, and he's picking up towels and putting things away. He's a yes sir, no sir, extremely humble. I went around and asked all the freshmen, which I do every year, of how they see themselves as red, yellows, or greens in terms of redshirting or playing right away. And he said he was a yellow, and everybody in the room's kind of looking at him like, dude, you ain't a yellow. But that's just the type of guy he is. He's been raised well, and he's got really good genetics. So he's an exciting one.
James, where are you about 11 practices in? I think it's 11, 10, 11, and what do you have to accomplish between now and you?
Yeah, you know, so we got pretty much everything in now. So, and it's a lot, because what happens is you got the installs on defense, but then you got to deal with you got that one defense, but then against a 2x2 formation, against a 3x1 formation, against empty, against motions and shifts, it magnifies everything. And that's the same thing on both sides of the ball. So, you know, there's not a whole lot more we'll be putting in so we can refine things. You know, we got to play cleaner. I like what we're doing, but there's just too many missed assignments and things like that. Bad football will get you beat long before good football will win you games, and we've done a good job of that, but we got to get those things cleaned up right now and start refining. The other thing, as you guys know, is when you get into a game week, you're gonna have a smaller package of what you do, and you're gonna have a smaller package of what you're expecting to see. So that helps too, but it allows us to go back during the season and say, okay, we did this during training camp. Remember, we're going to use that this week in our package.
James, I think you mentioned beginning of training camp, the running back 3 battle was going to be an important team. That's an important position. How's that been going so far? And you know, what have you noticed from those guys that are in that competition?
Yeah, I think it's still wide open. We've had some inconsistency there in terms of who's practicing, who's not, guys getting dinged up and things like that. So I think it's still wide open.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.